Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Eating While Broke. I'm your host, Colleen Witt, and today we have very special guest recording artist, actor, influencer, hairdresser, stylist,
Sometimes I be doing my hair when I feel like it. But, you know. It's a little razzle-dazzle.
We're going to get to know Big Boss Vette today. So today we are not in Los Angeles. We are over here at 85 South, hanging out, crashing 85 South Studio. So shout out to y'all. Thank you. All right. So I gotta know what you were eating when you were broke.
When I was broke, we kind of grew up with a condiment house, so I used to eat like ketchup sandwiches after school, cause yeah. I was hungry and tried, I remember when we used to have hot dogs at picnics, and when you eat all the meat out, but it's still like a little bread left with ketchup on it. That part would be good. So one day I was thinking, I'm like, let's try a ketchup sandwich. I did it.
Oh, you came up with it?
I mean, it kind of came from hot dogs.
Okay.
But I was like, let's try it. And then once I tried it, it was good.
Okay,
actually.
we're gonna see how good your taste was. At what age was this?
I was in grade school.
Grade school. All right, let's do it.
I was a kid.
Okay, so I'm gonna follow your lead. What do we gotta do?
So you're just gonna grab one.
I will say this though.
You gotta make sure you shake it up though.
Shout outs to you because I've done almost 100 episodes of this show. And by the grace of God, I have not done the ketchup sandwich.
Okay, you want to
I love how you
it?
refer to the. You know what? I hope they. I don't think we pulled the. Go ahead, open it. Is it still got the seal on it?
Yeah, it still got the seal. It's okay. No one has touched the ketchup yet.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got nails. I don't know if it's gonna do it right.
I could try. I got nails, but your nails look
Mine's
a little bit more. Yeah.
Sorry.
Look, watch both of us struggle.
I mean, we kind of got a knife.
I'm gonna bite it. I'm gonna be that person, guys.
I was thinking about buying it, but then my lip gloss and liner is just gonna be.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, look, check you out.
You know what I'm saying?
You did it. Teamwork.
Okay. Let's see it.
Make sure you shake it up, because that little stuff that come off.
Yeah, that little liquidy stuff.
That would make you not even want the sandwich no more, because it's watery now.
Oh, you doing a lot. Okay, that's how much we supposed to pour?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, here we go.
You take it.
I got so much more admiration for you. So I have a little saying I say on this show is the broker the dish, the better the story.
Yeah, well.
So I don't see you eating this whole sandwich on this show. So I'm gonna cheers to our bite. Are we gonna eat it like butter toast? I feel like I put too much. Sometimes
I smash it together, and then sometimes I just eat it like this. So which one would make you feel better?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cheers.
Like
cheers.
Okay,
here we go.
I haven't ate this in years. Okay.
All right, here we go.
I gotta smell it now. Okay.
It's not that bad.
It ain't. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Since I ain't ate this in years, I thought we were gonna be like, what?
It's actually not bad.
Yeah, what's on? This is good.
I don't know if it's because the bread is like artesian bread, so it's kind of good. But this really works.
It's good.
It's not that bad. I'm not gonna hate on you.
You eat like one or two of these and take a nap, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
You're hilarious. So, what was your home life looking like?
Say we were like, hold on, let me chew this bread up. Yeah, let me see.
Yeah. I have so much respect for you just off the sandwich, okay? Because I've been broke, but I don't know if I've ever been condiment.
We were like a lower class family. I don't know, we had the things we needed, but never what we wanted. Well, sometimes what we wanted, but not a lot, My grandmother basically took the role of my dad, and I had my mom as well, so they were like co-parenting. I was back and forth to the houses.
Did you grow up with your dad at all, or?
No.
Okay. Do you meet him, or?
No.
You never met him?
I mean, I have met him, but we don't like talk or anything. So I lived with my mama for like the school year, and like coming home from like school, if we ain't have food, which it used to be food that we have to cook. And we kids, we don't know how to cook. So we would resort to, things like this. Or I would go to my neighbor house. We used to call her Big Mama because she didn't like being called Granny, but she was like an older lady, and I used to hang with her grandkids. So I used to go to her house like, I'm hungry. Can I have something? And she would like give me soups, or she'd make me like sandwiches. But I didn't want to like always ask her for stuff because I didn't want her to ask mama like, you need me to help you, So it was that. The middle school that I went to, like every day at recess. So I had like this rap group or whatever. We would do like rap battles and we would win because I could rap, And then one day I came home and I told my mom and them, I'm like, I want to be a rapper. And it was like, you can't rap. I'm like, yeah, I can. So I done pulled out this paper that's filled with just like raps on it. And I was like reading it to them. And then so my stepdad, he was like, you have a lot of verses, but you have to make a hook. Because it didn't have a hook, I guess. I didn't even know what a hook was. I was just writing raps.
And
like,
how old are you again at this time?
I was in grade school. How old are you in grade school?
I know that. That was going to be my next question.
It was like from like grade school, from what I can remember from back then, it was like from like second to like fifth.
Okay.
So
you started young as a rapper. Okay.
Yeah, I was young. Like
young. Who was you looking up to at that point? Who put you on to rap? Like,
you know what? Like, I didn't, like, nobody in my family really listened to music that much. It was just like the radio, or like, so my dad, he would like have like these music videos, but I wouldn't really like pay attention to them. It'll just be something to like watch while we're in a car or something, and it'll just be it, It'll like blow over. But as far as doing music, like, I don't know. I just could do it. So it was just something I did,
But were there particular rappers that inspired you?
I just used to like songs, so like no, not really. I just used to listen to the radio. Then I would hear the beat. Then I would come up with a different cadence to it, and that's how it happened.
Okay.
So literally after that, I kind of didn't have like, I didn't have the family that would be like, okay, since you want to be a rapper, we're gonna try to invest in you like this or teach you that. Like, I didn't have nobody to teach that. Everything that I know now, I have to go through it. And I really stopped rapping. I started doing hair.
Take me back to the hook. So he mentions that you need to know what a hook is.
Yeah. And he just told me like, a hook is something that would catch everybody's attention for the song. And I'm like, okay. Kind of brushed it off and was just steady doing, what we were doing in like recess and all that. And then it really did not go further after that because I went to middle school. I started growing up. I started having friends. I started going to their houses because, they had a lot of stuff. They had freedom too. Like, I didn't really have freedom growing up. My mom really was like kind of strict, So as I was making friends, I had thought that I was going to do hair because I used to do my hair because I used to always want to look pretty, but we couldn't afford nobody to do it. So I started doing mine, and then my friends were like, oh, can you do mine? And I started doing theirs, and then I just started doing her for free. And my mom was like, you're not finna keep on doing her for free. You got to charge them something. So like for like really long, skinny box braids, I used to charge like $35. And she was still mad. And I'm like, I'm charging.
But where were you learning how to do the hair from?
YouTube.
Oh, you were YouTube. Okay, you was YouTube learner. Yeah. Okay.
So like this was middle school now. So I'm doing box braids.
For $35? Oh, yeah. If I was your mama, I'd be like, what?
Yeah, but I didn't understand why she was so mad back then. I'm like, you said charge him. I'm charging him. She's like, $35. I'm like, what am I supposed to charge? Like, and like, it was just something to do. It was just fun. So I was doing that. Then I had started doing like quick weaves and stuff. But of course, I didn't know what I was doing. So I was like yanking my hair out. But I was still putting weave back in my hair because I'm like, gonna learn some way, And then I started getting in trouble. Like, I got put out like my 8th grade year. Like,
From your mom?
No, put out of school.
Oh, okay.
I started getting put out of school. And
For what though?
fighting.
You fighting? What?
Back in the day.
You was fighting girls?
Yeah. Girls, teachers. The
you
teacher
say
fight is what
teachers?
got me put out. Yeah, the teacher fight is what got me put out, actually.
What would make you hit a teacher? Did you hit a teacher?
They hit me first.
That's hilarious. What do you mean they hit you first?
Because okay. So I was leaving art class and some girls were like arguing, but I didn't even like them girls, so I was just gonna watch them fight. All of a sudden, so my cousin trying to be like a Superman and get in the middle because I guess she liked one of the girls and did not like the other one. So it was like trying to like be petty. And I'm like, no, you need to move out the way and let them fight. And then as I'm moving her out the way, the girl that I didn't like nan one of them. So so one of them tried to hit the other girl, but wanted to hit my cousin. So now it's like, okay, now I got to beat you up. You just hit my cousin. So as we're fighting, you know, people like teachers is like grabbing us and stuff, but like I always used to be like a little wiggly worm. Like I can get out of anything. You're not gonna hold me too long. So I done dropped down and went back to the girl and started beating her up. And then this art teacher, she was like kind of, you know, a little big. She just gonna push me to the wall. Like she wasn't even trying to like break up the fight. She just pushed me to the wall. And when I looked, it was like, oh. Boop, boop, boop. I started, you know.
The teacher?
Yeah, because
did you say doop doop like multiple?
Yes.
You're hilarious.
I thought she was jumping in to help or something. It was like, you know, so as I'm booping her, you know, my cousin comes and start booping her too. So we're jumping the teacher at this point. And
my goodness.
yeah, so boom.
Y'all got kicked out.
Actually. Only me and my cousin got kicked out, not the two girls that was gonna fight in the beginning.
But y'all was the only one jumping the teacher, it sounds like.
We were. Okay, you won. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so boom. that was the start of me just getting put out of school because at that point it was like I was like a menace. Like I was just like, you know what, I don't care. You know, I didn't care. So then like I didn't really have like guidance.
What'd your mom say when you get kicked out for hitting a teacher?
Well, being as though that it was my cousin fight that I jumped into, is like they always tell us like if you watch somebody beat up your cousin, your sibling, then when you get home, we're gonna whoop you. So I was like, y'all told me to jump in our fights. What are you talking about? You know? So I kind of slid with that. And when I told them that the teacher pushed me, they wouldn't even bring up that video. Like they were like, oh, so our cameras broke. You're lying. Show her that you pushed me, and that's why it happened like that. But the cameras were broke, quote unquote, you know. And then that kind of didn't end there either. We had thought we were actually walking back to the classroom because things got rowdy. So you know, we kind of squazzed out of the group and tried to walk back to our classroom, and actually got brought out of our classroom like, no, you hit me, and I'm like, I did, and in the office we were like plotting to get the girl again, and did not know that they were in there listening to us. So. It was all that written up in the statement, and I was just like, "You guys won, okay." And after that, I was just like, "I don't care," you know. I went to alternative school, and I was there for like 3 hours, and I was the youngest one there, and I'm just like, "It's cool. Like I ain't gotta go to school for a day. I ain't gotta see these folks. I ain't gotta talk to them because we did everything on our computers." And I'm like, "Okay." So my freshman year, they let me back into regular school. And this is when I started back doing covers again, because I was seeing girls on Facebook go viral for just sitting in cars rapping. And I'm like, well, I don't have a car, so I can just pop my... also, I didn't have a phone that was on. I think either I found the phone somewhere or I actually like saved it when you like bought it from like doing hair. So I used to prop my phone up and like play a beat off of my TV because I had like a little game, and then I go to YouTube and I play the beat, and I used to do covers. My first cover I did not have no beat to it. I did it a cappella, and it was to the Dej Loaf Try Me. And I posted it at like 7 something at night. Woke up the next morning, totally forgot that I posted a video. I'm in class posting a picture, knowing I ain't got no business doing it. Posting a picture, and it got like 1,000 and some likes in like 30 minutes. I'm like, what's going on? And I posted a second picture. I'm like, let me see if this gonna do it again. And when it did it again, I'm like, so I'm going through the notifications and I realized that the video that I posted the night prior is viral. So they're like, oh my gosh, so you're so pretty. We didn't know you can rap, you can sing too. And I'm like, oh my God. And now looking back on that video, I looked at like crazy. Like I had some really fat box braids in my head. I had some bright pink lipstick, some really big eyelashes. I'm like, y'all like that? Great. Okay. So after that, I just kept going viral doing covers and all that. And so my cousin who I got into that fight with in middle school, she actually passed away the beginning of our senior year. And that sent me right off the rails. And before the school year was over on our junior year, we got into a fight like the last week of school thinking like, oh, you guys not gonna put us out. They put me out and I had to start my senior year and I turned to school and she was supposed to go to regular school, but she never was able to start school because she died. So
she died young? Like
yeah,
that young? From what? If you don't mind me asking.
I never seen an autopsy, so I couldn't tell you, to be honest. It was a lot of crazy things going on around that time. So they like sent me off the rails, and I didn't care about life. I didn't care about nothing. That's when I was always outside fighting. I was barely going to school. Like I don't know how I finished my senior year, to be honest.
Did your mom think to put you in therapy or anything to deal with that?
To be honest, no. Like I didn't have the type of family that would say, "Hey, we see that you're going through something. Let's go get you help." You know, it would just be, "Oh, she's just disrespectful. Oh, she just."
But after your cousin passing, they didn't see like the.
I think I became very feared, like because I didn't fear nothing, so I was willing to do anything, and people who are very unpredictable, you would stay away from because you don't know what they're capable of. And that's kind of what my family did to me. They stayed away from me because it was like, we don't want to deal with her, you know? And she died August 14th. And that, like, for that whole year, I was going crazy. Like, I was drinking, I was smoking, I was barely going to school, I was always fighting.
And you were in high school at this point? Yeah.
And then I graduated. How? I don't know. I don't know, but I did it, you know? And it still didn't stop there. You know, I was still going crazy. And
Are you still doing your upkeep with the online stuff?
Yes,
at this point? Okay.
So at this point, people are following me because I'm a drama magnet. Like, it's like always something going on. So they're like, oh, she's finna fight, let me follow her. Oh, she's arguing, let me... You know, so they're tuning in because of the darkness that was around me, you know? And August 14th, a year later, I was on my way to a fight and I got shot. And I'm
on your way to a fight?
Nah, at the fight, I got shot.
At the fight?
It was long story, it was supposed to be a fight, but it was not a fight. I got shot. And so at this time, I have my own car and I'm trying to like drive myself to like the hospital, but I couldn't because every time that I would try to drive, my hand would come off the wound and I would start bleeding. So my cousin had to drive me and I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, so I'm finna go be with my cousin at this point. You know, I'm like, whatever, I don't care. Like, it's time for me to go. And then I'm just hearing her voice, you know, she like, no, you're not. And I don't know, you know, like, I started calling on my family. I'm like, I got shot. They're like, no, you didn't, because like, I used to have very dark humor back in the day. Like, I mean, I kind of still have dark humor, but it would be public because people don't like dark humor anymore. I'm like, I seriously got shot. And they were like, show it. And so I would show them and they were like, like, now it's like, oh my God. They drove me to the hospital. I was put on blackout. Did not know what that was at all.
What is that?
So blackout is when you get shot, but you survive. They don't know if whoever come back, they don't know if whoever shot you is going to come back to try to kill you. So they won't say what hospital you are at, can nobody come and see you.
Oh, so like when your family went to look for you, they couldn't find you?
Yeah. And basically, they only found me because they tracked my phone because they had my location. And the hospital still didn't even want to let them in because they were like, we don't know if you are family. At that point, I was sedated because me and the doctor actually got into it because she was being very rough, trying to clean my wound. And I'm like, give me the gall. And she was like, you can't do that. So I grabbed it from her.
Wait, where was your wound exactly?
I'm on. I got a tattoo of her now, but
oh wow.
So we're like,
so you was like, I'm gonna do it better than you can.
Yeah. So she's like trying to like, she's right here, and I'm like, give me the gauze. So I done grabbed it from her. So now we're tussling over this gauze, and I feel a sharp pain in this arm because I was sedated. They got my ass. You know, it's like they got me, and everything after that just went like, I don't know, like I was seeing doubles. Like if I see one light, I would see 5 of them. If you say, hey, I would hear, hey, hey, hey. Like it was crazy. I was like, yeah. So once I finally came to, it was a detective to my right and to my left. They was like, who shot you? I'm like, I don't know. You know, wrong place, wrong time. Let me out of here. I don't, you know. They're like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, where's my family? Like, and then when they finally came in the room, they were like, yeah, they wasn't trying to let us back here. They didn't think we were your real family. You're on blackout. I'm like, what is that? They explained it to me, and then they sent me home.
And you didn't know who shot you?
No, I didn't.
But it was an accidental, you think?
No, it was, maybe it was wrong place, wrong time. Maybe they didn't know how to aim. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, you know? And
what do you think about it being the day to the anniversary date of your cousin? Did you feel like you surviving it meant something?
Yeah, I felt like that was like my second chance at life. That was like, chill out. Stop doing it. Stop meeting up for fights. Stop drinking. Stop smoking. Focus on your music. Focus on doing hair. Get you a job. Like, you are wasting your life right now, you know? Like, do better, you know? So after that, I just stopped hanging with everybody that I was hanging with because I felt like that I just had to go into isolation, you know?
Okay.
Which I attached myself to this toxic man. Horrible. He was like a wolf in sheep's clothing. At first, he was great. Like, when I got shot, so my car looked like a murder scene. Like, it was like blood everywhere, and I didn't know how to clean it out. I didn't even want my car anymore. Like, it was like crazy, you know? And he cleaned out my whole car for me. He was taking care of me. He was picking up my meds, like, because.
Well, how'd you meet him though?
I
or were you guys talking prior?
Yeah, prior to it. We were just talking. But that was like my favorite one out of all of them. That was talking to him.
I like your style. Okay, I get that. Shout outs to that.
Shout out.
Shout out to that. We got to do that more often, ladies. What
I can say is he did pull me up out of a dark spot, but then he put my ass back in it. Once I finally like started to like him, that's when he started to become different. I started back doing like my covers, which I was going viral again. And he didn't like that. He was like, oh, they only like you because they want to have sex with you because, you know, it was, yeah. And I was like, no, I can actually rap, you know. Then I started going to the studio and making songs. And he's like, I don't want you to put this out because I don't want them hearing you rap like this. That's embarrassing to me. And I'm like, no, this is music. Every time he would get caught cheating on me, I'd drop a song and go viral again. And
every time he what?
Get caught cheating on me.
Your song would go viral?
No, so I wouldn't really drop music or post pictures or get cute because he would get mad. And I didn't want to make him mad because I was so in love, you know? But it was a trauma bind. Now that I'm in therapy, you know, I can actually look back and say, hey, that was this. Hey, that was that, you know? There was a trauma bond, you know, and...
Can you explain what a trauma bond is for people that don't know?
When you go through something and you isolate yourself, if there's someone there, you would attach yourself to them and it would be a horrible bond. Because once you over that trauma and they start to show you who they are, or if they want to leave you, you go back to that trauma. Like, and it's kind of like a soul tie. Like, it's hard to get away from that person. Like, it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
You think that that's all that you have. Like, you don't know how to let them go. No matter what they do to you, no matter how bad they treat you, you don't know how to let them go.
Mm-hmm.
And you only bond with them through a traumatic experience in your life, you know? And yeah. So every time I would catch him cheating, because I wouldn't drop music, I wouldn't post pictures, I wouldn't do nothing, because he would always have a problem with me doing something, I dropped a song that he didn't want me to drop. So Ratchet Turk song started going crazy, and he was like, they only like the song because you're talking about, it was a raunchy song. Can I curse on here?
You can curse.
All right, cool. It was like, oh, because you're talking about shaking ass, and I'm like, no, they like the song because the song is good.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, you know?
Yeah.
And every time that I would get bookings, he would come out of town with me just to ruin my fucking bookings. Oh, God. Like, he would think that I'm trying to talk to the promoters, and so they would.
Meanwhile, he does his cheating.
Yes.
That's so.
I was like 98 pounds, like, so small. I was so fragile, but I was, and every time that he'll cheat on me, I go out to go fight the girl. So I'm back in what I fought so hard to get away from. And
it's, it sucks.
And I didn't know how to break it. And I wasn't close to my family, so I couldn't run to them and say, hey, I'm going through this. Hey, this is what's happening to me. So I had to sit in it again. And at this time, I lived with my grandmother. So, like, I would be so mean and, like, lash out, but she didn't understand, like, what was going on. Like, I was really hurting, you know? And, ooh.
It happens a lot on this show, believe it or not. You want to get it's a safe space.
Cut this part out. I don't cry.
It's good. Crying provides healing.
It is. But, I'm like, I'm finna cheat back. I'm finna get outside, because me staying in this house, being stressed and depressed about a man that ain't mine, I can't keep doing it. And I'm not getting nowhere. So I kept dropping music. I started going out. He hated it. Like, it was like when a narcissistic psychopath lose control. They go crazy. I never knew what he was called until now.
It sounds like you've been doing your work, girl.
Girl, I've been healing.
Yeah, you know what? From the second you walked in, you had this beautiful glow about you, but everything from, like I said, the broker the dish, the better the story. It resonates. But
so,
how'd you end up
getting away?
Yeah.
I started dating other people, and, like, I would tell them, like, I might leave you alone when he want to come back. And I met this girl, and I would leave everybody alone for him, but I couldn't leave her alone. And I started talking to her, and she became my girlfriend. And I left him alone. And then that's when I ran into this conflict, because they were like, oh, how do you rap about men but you have a girlfriend? I'm like, y'all act like I'm gay. You act like I only like women, you know? And either way it go, I still went up. Literally, like, I still went up. And at one point in time, I used to want to, like, hide that I liked women, because I'm like, what if they just judged me off the fact that I had a girlfriend? They might say, oh, it's capping your rap because you have a girlfriend, but you rap about men. It's like, I've had boyfriends. Yeah. I like men. I don't only like women, you know?
Was that your first girlfriend? Or?
No. I was actually in the closet back in the day. I was in the closet deep. You know, even if you would have opened it, you about would have never found
But
me.
you would be considered, that would be bisexual, right?
Yeah. You know, at first, I used to identify as pansexual because I don't have a type. You know, love is love to me.
Really?
Yes, love is love. I don't have a type. But it was...
You don't have a type at all?
No. I don't have a type at all.
Okay.
I don't. And it was like that became the main focus of me. And I'm like, God damn, I'm bisexual. What you, like, come on now. Because that would be the main focus. I'm like, okay, I make great music. That's it. I make great music. it shouldn't matter who I'm laying with, you know? But sometimes it matter in this game, you know? And every time that I came with a hit, it was like, it didn't matter. It didn't matter what I was doing, who I was with.
To who? It didn't matter to who?
It didn't matter to the masses, because when I made Snatched, I had a girlfriend. When I made Pretty Girls Walk, I had a girlfriend. Heavy, Outside. So Outside is the song that really got me noticed by the labels. And it was about a man. I was like, break that dick, bitch, but you know, and it was going crazy. And I had a girlfriend saying break that dick, like I had a girlfriend, but you know, still, it went crazy. It didn't matter who I laid with, you know? And at that time, like, that is when I finally came to realization, it's like, I'm not gonna hide who I am. I'm me.
Yeah.
I make dope ass music, you know? I could do her, I do content, I'm pretty, come on now, you know? So I started living my truth and felt great. I signed to Republic Records. This was during COVID, 2020. That's when Outside.
Did the ex end up coming around again? Or did you?
He would start writing me periodically once I go up on media. He would like be like, "Oh, I always knew you was gonna make it. I miss you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. Can we try again?" No, sir. Like, no, sir. So I knew that my city gave me everything that they could. So I moved to Atlanta. As soon as I signed, I waited a year.
Wait, what city were you in again?
I'm from St. Louis.
Okay, St. Louis, okay.
So I moved to Atlanta, and I've been here ever since. And it's only been up from here.
And you've been by yourself in Atlanta? You moved by yourself?
No, I actually moved with a significant other.
Oh.
But
are you and the girl still together? Is it like a love story?
I'm by myself.
Oh, you moved. Okay, but now you're single. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And now I'm Big Boss Vette. The Big Boss Vette.
Wow. What are some of the things that you would say, if you had to look back, some of the things that you wish you could have avoided? Or do you feel like some of your stories, what makes you?
I do feel like that I like business though that I didn't have guidance or I didn't have someone who knew what they were doing. I had to go through everything that I went through, because if I didn't do it then, I'd be going through it now. And I learned like early on. So they took everything when I had nothing to take. And now that I have everything to lose, I won't do. Now I can read contracts frontwards, backwards, naked, clothed. However you give it to me, I'm gonna read it. Then I'm gonna send it to my lawyer.
Okay.
I can manage my money. I know how to like do things by myself. Like I can go places by myself. I can book flights. I can book like back in the day, I didn't know how to book a flight, book a rental, pay bill. I didn't know how to do nothing. I just knew how to I don't know.
Do you feel like you learned those skill sets after you moved to Atlanta or before?
Before. Like I learned them when I was trying to break during COVID, like 2019, 2020. That was when I started to learn how to really be an adult and pay bills and that. But yeah, like back in the day, I didn't know how to do anything, and I wasn't surrounded by good people that can help me. You know.
What does your family think about your growth now? I feel like your family seems to be very hidden in your story. Like you're definitely like the rose that grew from concrete, right?
Back in the day, we really wasn't close. Like we really wasn't. I was lashing out and needing help, and they didn't know how to help me. And most of our households don't say, "Hey, let me get my kid help." They don't say that, you know? So, yeah, I just had to sit in my pit, you know?
What made you pick up the phone and choose therapy?
I actually just started going to therapy like last year. Toxic. I was toxic, very toxic. And I didn't know how to control my emotions. I didn't know how to effectively communicate in overstimulating situations. I would just be like, oh no, I would just lash out or get physical. It's like, it was either or.
But how did you know, or like, where was that indicator where you felt like it was a problem and you needed to pivot into a better solution? Like, what was that point where you were like, I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to be the source of. What was that pivotal point? Because there's usually a breaking point, right, where you're just like, fuck it, I need help.
I started losing myself within the industry. Like, I feel like, I felt like that I was overlooked. I felt unheard. I didn't know how to celebrate the wins that I was actually having. Like, I didn't see it because I was working so hard. It was like,
sometimes when people are striving for a milestone, especially what I noticed with successful people to doing this show, is like you hit a milestone and you keep moving, you keep moving the ceiling a little bit higher and higher. Do you feel like you were, that was kind of happening where you just kept moving the goalpost?
Yeah, it was like that. Then like, oh gosh. I was like, I don't know, like I was working and then I was like, I don't know. I felt like, I don't know. I really don't even know how to put it into words. I just felt like I was working so hard and it was taking so long to break. And I was just like, no, like this is, and then like instead of just doing things, I was overthinking everything. So it was putting me in my mind, putting me in my head, and I was like, I can't keep spiraling. I can't keep going like this. And then so my team was telling me like, Vette, like you're doing good, like cut out. So when I went to therapy, it was like, and I wasn't only losing myself within the industry, I was losing myself at home, friends, family, like I was lashing out again. I was like, therapy, I need help. Like I don't know.
Was it like when you say you were lashing out, was there like you would lash out and then you feel guilty afterwards or something? Because sometimes when you see someone that's tough, you think, oh man, they're tough. They're almost like fearless, right? But there hasn't been something that was indicating like, hey, I don't like this. Were you feeling bad after lashing out, or?
I was feeling bad, and then my team was like telling me like, Vette, this not you. Like, I don't know what's going on, but this not you, And I didn't know how to express myself or say what I was feeling. I didn't know how to effectively communicate, and I started to isolate. I didn't want to do things. I don't know. I started to become very evil, and it was just like, no, I just rather not do anything. And I'm like, something got to give. And then I was in a relationship, so my significant other was like, yo, you are being mean to me. And this not fair to me. This ain't my fault. I'm not doing anything to you. And I started to feel guilty because I'm like, you're right. It ain't your fault. It ain't your fault, that I'm feeling this way. So I started going to therapy. And also it was still like I was enabled within a relationship, so I didn't know how to stand alone either. Like, the relationship that I was in, I was co-dependent on it, So that was another thing. Like, I was just stressed. I was going through it.
Well, I was going to say, because you went from, like, trauma bond to, like...
another relationship. Yeah.
It was like a Band-Aid over something that probably could have deserved, like, some
time,
therapy.
Healing. And I didn't know that back then, Like, I was just like, I was in autopilot, I guess. It was just like, go. Just keep going. Just keep moving.
How tight are you with your mom in all of this?
That's my bestie now.
That's your bestie now.
Like,
but back then, would you?
Back then, no. Like I don't know. I think I was the problem child. Like, I was the only kid that would go up against her. You know, like I'd be like, I'm not doing that. Like, no. You know, I would always question everything, or like, I don't know. Like, I feel like sometimes households need therapy before they bring kids into the world, because you would do your best, but sometimes your best is still not okay. And every one of my siblings' experience with my parent is different, you know, because it was just different. But I do know that she did the best that she could, you know, and I do know, like, sometimes they don't know, they don't understand. But me and my grandmother, you know, we've always been close. That was like who I would run to. And to be completely honest, if I can remember correctly, when I was in high school, it was like one day I was acting out really bad, and they called my grandmother instead of my mother. But at this point, I was just like so off the rails. It was like couldn't nobody talk to me. My grandmother came to like pick me up from school and took me to this office to where we were talking to some man. I don't really remember if he was a therapist or what. I don't know. He was talking to him. And he was just basically like, I can't force her to talk to me. That's what I remember. He said, I can't force her to talk to me. And after that, it was just like up from there. They never tried it again. So maybe my grandmother did help.
Maybe she did try.
She tried.
Oh, wow. Okay, so now you have these accolades. And your family's 100% supportive.
They are 100% supportive. Yeah.
And you're in therapy and you're single. Are you going to try and maintain your singleness for a bit, or?
I flow with life.
You're funny. You're hilarious. Well, okay. Well, then I'm going to ask this other thing, because I had learned this lesson a couple years ago from a neighbor of mine. But now that you have so much more to lose because of everything you've accomplished, now when you are challenged in the position of lashing out or anger or fighting, do you now calculate that the person that you're going up against may not have anything to lose?
Yes and no. Yes, if I'm calm, you know, like, I would try to remove myself from any situation that I know may bring me back to the old me, because I don't know what she's capable of. And I know that if I see red, it's like, rawr, you know, I don't know how to calm down. So I don't even put myself in that situation to see red. So it's like,
I feel you. My neighbor told me this story once about, like, you just always got to consider that the other person has nothing to lose. So if the other person has nothing to lose and you gain the possibility to lose something, then if you go in knowing like, hey, that person ain't gonna lose their house, they ain't gonna lose their career, they ain't gonna lose whatever, then it reduces the, like, do you really want to fight someone that has nothing? The worst person in the world to fight is the person that has nothing to lose.
Because they're going to help you lose everything.
Yeah.
And I'm to the point where regular people really cannot get to me. People on the internet cannot get to me. Like, people can't get to me. The only ones that can really hurt me is the ones that be around me. My friends, my family. Those are the only ones that can actually bring me up out of my element. And if I see that they trying to, I would distance myself from them and would not talk to them again.
Like you've set up boundaries now.
Now, yeah, but like back in the day, I didn't know how to set up boundaries, and I would be baited into arguments with them. And me and my family used to go so left. We knew each other family traumas, so we would bring it up. We would say it, and it'd be horrible. You know, that wouldn't be okay. But like, we were so used to just treating each other like people on the street when they're beefing. It's like, but now, I remove myself every time. And sometimes the love that I have for people, it becomes very hard to choose myself because I love them. It's like, you know, I would want to forgive them and I would want to look past the things that are triggering to me. But I know for a fact that if I stay in this situation, it may bring me up out of my element and it may cause me to lose everything that I have. And I got to choose me. And I'm still learning that, but I think I'm doing great with it, though.
You are. So let's talk industry and metrics. So what's a day in the life?
Well, right now, the day in the life, we're trying to drop this record, right? It's going to be a nice record. It's going to be a big record. But we're going through clearances. And if artists who's upcoming or don't know anything about clearances, it's like when you sample something. So say you sample a cadence or a certain phrase or, you know, anything of that nature. Clearances are very expensive and they take so long. But something that my manager told me today that kind of, you know, stuck with me, it's like, if you believe in this record, you have to be patient. Mm-hmm. No matter what, you have to be patient and you have to see this through. Because normally I would have been like, let's just drop something else at this point, you know?
Yeah. Or let's just skip the clearance. Yeah.
But you can't do that. You got to do everything right. So I'm like, all right, I believe in this record and I believe in myself. And, you know, I do content for the song. Mm-hmm. I post it on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I can't really tease my music on TikTok right now because, you know, it's kind of that UMG thing is going on right now. So that's
the UMG,
so TikTok and UMG have to come to terms on
what they're willing to prove.
Yeah.
Okay.
For artists. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of hurting us artists. TikTok plays a very big part in our music going viral. But recently when my music has been going crazy, it would start on TikTok and then it would transfer to different platforms. But TikTok has always been a starter. So this is me going back to like the old days when I used to go viral on Facebook and stuff like that. You know, now it's different because we can't use TikTok right now. I don't know how long it's going to be, but you got to stand alongside who you sound, you know?
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that's that. Sometimes I do hair content. Mm-hmm. I go to the gym. Mm-hmm.
So how do you make your money right now, currently?
Shows. I have a really great team that moves me around, so I get sponsorships. Mm-hmm. My royalties. Mm-hmm.
Are the platforms paying you at all too?
No.
No, not really. Okay.
I actually don't want to get paid. I say paid. I actually don't want to get paid from platforms because part of me feel like once they start paying you, your views will kind of fall off.
Really?
So don't pay me nothing. Keep it. Keep it, please.
I thought you were going to say that sometimes I feel some type of way when I hear like some of the content creators make like $500,000 off social media. I'm like, damn, if they giving you $500,000, your content got to be worth a whole lot more than that.
Sometimes they get paid off sponsorships because brands will see how big their platform is, and it's like, okay, how can we incorporate our product within your video? And that is where the big bucks come in. For me, I don't know what you mean, but yeah. So that's that. And therapy, because sometimes I go home and visit my family in St. Louis. I got a movie that I'm finna start filming, so I can't go back home. I go out, twerk on couches a little bit.
You're hilarious.
I watched the ID channel with my dog, and I don't know, I take life day by day because everything right now is new for me, so yeah.
Okay. Now, do you believe in God, Christian?
Absolutely, I believe in God.
Okay.
I believe in God.
Okay, sure. So is this your first time acting for real?
Yes.
And you're excited about it?
I'm so excited, but I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
What are you nervous about?
What if I forget my line?
Oh, don't they have like on-set readers and all that? I think, right? I don't know.
I haven't been on set yet. But
have you started memorizing all your stuff?
I started.
Do you have
a little bit.
When do you start taping?
this weekend.
Oh shoot.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
You gotta memorize though.
Yeah. I got some parts memorized. So it's like, tell me what part we filming so I can go dive into that one.
You're hilarious. You're hilarious. Okay. So how can people keep up with you?
Follow me on all platforms at Big Boss Vette and watch my content, pre-save my song Ice Me because it is dropping, and eat ketchup sandwiches.
Eat ketchup sandwiches.
Please don't eat ketchup sandwiches.
Please
okay.
don't.
We don't eat them no more. Well, I mean, it's cool.
Don't.
Try it.
When
though.
was the last time you ate the sandwich?
Middle school.
Thank God.
Thank
God. Shout out to middle school.
And to be honest, I don't even think that I had to eat in middle school. I was craving it one time and it was like, okay, no more. I'm not doing this again.
I feel like you also referenced your house as like a condiment house.
Yeah.
Where were all these condiments coming from?
You know, when like sometimes you would like eat out and then you have like leftovers. So that, or
Did
like.
you like have a drawer in your house with just ketchup packets and.
Yeah. And then like, my mom would go grocery shopping from time to time, but then like, I don't know if we should just eat because it was there. Like the groceries should be gone like the next day, it'd be gone. Like it just be, you know, okay, maybe I'm over exaggerating, not the next day, but it'd be gone fast. And we'll be left with this condiment house again until she come home and like cook the food that we don't know how to cook. It's different. But other than that, we have to fend for ourselves.
Is there any advice you would give to anybody that's trying to get in your position?
As my team would say, stay in your own lane, watch your own race. If you need therapy, go to therapy. I promise it is okay. It is fine.
Was therapy what you expected it to be?
Actually, no. I thought they was gonna try to make me crazy. Like they was gonna be like, "You're crazy," but then I was like, "Oh no, that's normal." Oh, so in these situations, you know, she's and it's a she. She's teaching me, you know, how to approach situations differently.
Do you now look forward to it too now? Because you have someone that you can like confide in or no?
Sometimes. But then when I be doing like some little toxic stuff I gotta tell her about, I be like, I know she gonna get in my ass. So I be like, I be trying to like not go. But I'm like, I gotta go.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, do you feel like it's a safe space though? Like,
oh yeah. It is a safe space. Like I can be my authentic self. Like I don't have to dim anything down while in therapy. And after I be done, she'd be like, okay, so, and then she'll go in and she would dissect it and help me understand what I just explained to her, because I be everywhere, you know? And it's like, you know, she has been pointing out things that I didn't even know, you know, about myself. Cause I would just share things with her and I'll just vent and she'd be like, okay, well, let's go back to what you said here. And I'd be like, okay. And something that I just brushed past, she would literally be like, no, that's actually, and then I was like, oh, got it, okay.
Okay. So she's teaching you a lot about yourself.
Yeah. I would also tell people to like get you a great team. Like get you a team who knows the business, who understands the business, and who want to see you win no matter what, you know. Try to stay away from relationships. Now, hear me out, they fun. They are, you know. But like going through things when you're trying to build yourself and prepare for a different version of yourself in a different life, it's very hard. And some people it's easy. Most of the time it's hard, all right? And I don't know, like focus on yourself, always choose yourself, know your worth, and never settle.
I want to touch on one last thing. So you have really beautiful tattoos, but one of them in particular really stick out, which is this never settle one. Can you tell me the story on this one?
When I was with that toxic man, I used to like go get tattoos when I would try to teach myself lessons, because no one taught me to never settle. I felt like I was settling for him. like I was settling because I feel like this was all that I can get. I was settling because I felt like nobody else is going to treat me as good as he once did, because he never treated me good after he showed me who he really was. It was just comfortability.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to be alone either. So that was that. And yeah, it was like never settle, good vibes. Yeah, it was like.
So you do that every time you want to like, hey, don't forget this lesson?
Yeah.
You ink it?
Ink it.
Woo.
Ink it.
Woo. Okay. Well, thank you for blessing me with a ketchup sandwich and to getting to know you.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate your time, and I really appreciate your vulnerability.
Oh, yeah.
I really do. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having
I
me.
appreciate it. And you guys keep up with Vette on all social media platforms.
At Big Boss Vette. BIGBOSSVETTE.
All right, guys. Peace out.